Now the following piece is, I'm giving you this as a warning, the following piece does contain some graphic description, occult symbols, occult symbolism.
Why don't you take the paper? I don't know.
Oh, well, oh yeah,
Oh my god.
it does have lighting that would cause epileptic seizures, so if you're uneasy or sensitive to any of these, feel free to leave the room for the time being. Anyway,
Was that even a warning or was it just...
Upstairs. When I was a child, I used to live in a rented 2-floor house. Both my parents worked, so I was often alone when I came home from school. One day, when I came home, the house was still dark. I called my mum, and I got the reply, yes. I called my mum again, and again got the yes reply. I felt she was calling back at me, and climbed up the stairs. When I reached the first floor, I called her once more, and the voice, yes, came from the furthest room. I felt both uneasy, but also felt a strong urge to see my mother, and started to walk towards the room. But just as I was about to open the door into the room, I heard the front door downstairs open, and my mother came in carrying a lot of shopping bags. "Sweetie, are you home?" my mother called in a cheery voice. Hearing her voice made me feel instantly better, and I turned back to go downstairs at once, but not before I had a quick glance towards the room. While I watched from the top of the stairs, the door to the room cracked open. For a brief moment, I saw something strange in there, a pale face staring back at me. The closet. Open your closet. Don't turn on the light. Make sure you have one match with you. Go inside and close the door. If the lights outside of the closet are on, this will not work. Nor will it work if it's daylight. The only room you need is enough for slight mobility. Stand in the darkness for about 2 minutes, since that's all that's needed. Now, take the match in front of you and hold it in front of you and say the words, "Show me the light or leave me in darkness." You'll begin to hear whispering. Light the match immediately. If you don't hear anything and the match doesn't ignite on its own, then don't turn around. If you light the match too late or not at all after hearing whispers, something will grab you from behind and pull you into what seems like a forever fall in darkness. If you do manage to light the match in time and nothing happens after, open the door slowly and get out. Then close the door, but do not look inside. From then on, never look inside your closet without the light on at all. Some say if you leave the closet open during the night, you can see the demon watching you with 2 red eyes that glow like matches. Messages. It's early in the morning. The sun won't be up for another couple of hours. You're fast asleep in bed, lost in a dream. When the phone rings, rather than waking up, you roll over and cover your head with a pillow. Hours pass, the sun rises, the phone is ringing. When you wake up, Your alarm clock is blaring and the phone is ringing. By the time you will yourself to turn off the alarm, the phone has stopped ringing. You realize that it's been ringing all morning. You slide out of bed and press the blinking red button on your phone as you stumble towards the bathroom. As the phone beeps, followed by a friendly electronic voice. Hello, you have 666 new messages. Message 1. The phone beeps, and you're not prepared for what comes next. Screaming. You hear screaming. You spin around thinking she's right there behind you. There's pure terror within her screams, accompanied by another disturbing noise. You stand there horrified for about 10 seconds. Screaming gives way to hysterical gargled crying before dying out with the sound of spilling meat and tearing flesh. Your phone beeps again. You're shaking. Message 2. Angel statue. A few years ago, a mother and a father decided they needed to take a break. So they decided they wanted to head out on the night of the town. They called their most trusted babysitter. When the babysitter arrived, the 2 children were already fast asleep in bed. So the babysitter just got to sit around and make sure everything was okay with the children. Later that night, the babysitter got bored and wanted to watch TV, but she couldn't watch it downstairs because they did not have cable downstairs. The parents didn't want the children to be watching too much garbage. So she called up the parents and asked if she could watch cable in the parents' room. Of course, the parents said it was okay, but the babysitter had one final request. She asked if she could cover up the angel statue outside of the bedroom window. Like cover up with a blanket or a cloth, or at least close the blinds, because it made her nervous. The phone line was silent for a few seconds. The father who was on the phone line said, "Take the children outside and get out of the house. We will call the police. We do not have an angel statue." All 3 of the house occupants are dead within 3 minutes of the call. No angel statue was ever found. The bad dream. Daddy, I had a bad dream. You blink your eyes and pull up on your elbow. Your clock glows red in the darkness. It's 3:23 a.m. Do you want to climb into bed and tell me all about it? No, Daddy. The oddness of the situation wakes you up more fully. You can barely make out the pale form of your daughter in the darkness. Why not, sweetie? Because, in my dream, when I told you about the dream, the thing wearing Mommy's skin sat up. You feel paralyzed. You can't take your eyes off of your daughter. The covers behind you begin to shift. Masterpiece. I've been lying down for hours now. It's 5:35 a.m. and there's not much I can do. You know what the worst part about my situation is? I'm in the same room as my parents. They keep looking at me, and I can't help but look back and try not to cry or scream. Their mouths are wide open, and their eyes are focused on me. There's a strong scent of blood, and I can feel paralyzed with fear. Here's the thing. The second I make any hint that I'm not awake anymore, I'm completely screwed. I will die and there's nobody around to save me. I've been trying to think of a way out, but the only idea I have is to rush outside, rush out the front door and scream for help, hoping any neighbors would hear me. It's risky, but if I stay here, I'll surely die. He's waiting for me to wake up and see his masterpiece. You're probably wondering what's going on. I do tend to get ahead of myself sometimes. About 3 hours ago, I heard screaming from the other side of the house. I got up and went to check on the noise before realizing I had to use the bathroom. Instead of doing the smart thing and investigating, I used the bathroom first. I could have gotten myself killed right then and there for my stupid actions. I did my business and took a peek outside of the bathroom door. There was blood on the carpet. I got very worried and ran back into my room, hiding underneath the sheets like the wuss I was. I tried to convince myself to go back to sleep, that it was all some really vivid dream or something. But I heard my bedroom door open. Like the terrified child I was, I peeked out from under the covers. I could see something dragging my dead parents into my room. It wasn't human, I can tell you that much. It was hairless, and it had no eyes or clothing. And it slouched back, and it walked like a caveman. But this thing was much smarter than any caveman. It was aware of what it was doing. It propped my dad up on the edge of my bed and made him face me. It then propped my mother on a chair and made her face me as well. It then started rubbing its hands against my wall, staining it with blood. It drew a circle with the devil's pentagram in it. It then scribbled a message onto the wall. This thing had made what it would probably call a masterpiece. It then positioned itself under my bed, waiting to strike. The scariest thing now is that my eyes have adjusted to the darkness, and I can see the message on the wall. I don't want to look at it because it's terrifying to think about, but I feel like I need to see it before I'm killed. I look at the creature's masterpiece. I see the message on the wall. I know you're awake.